Gracias, Carolina, por esta nova perspectiva maior sobre a paisaxe dende, bueno, os mapas mentais e este concepto de lugar. Imos apurando porque temos que acabar a sesión ás 11:45 e o próximo, ainda temos que pedir algunas preguntas, e a próxima é Liene, a última, non vai falar tamén desde o Camino de Santiago e o aspecto espiritual do mesmo. Creo que vai ser en inglés para, bueno, dar diversidade nas línguas que xa temos.
So, hi everyone, I'm Briede, I'm from University of Latvia. I'm very happy to be here and to present my work. I'm sorry I'm going to speak in English because it's easier to explain my work. I'm studying anthropology and I'm writing my master's thesis about the Camino de Santiago. And the research methods I apply are participant observation. I conducted a field work last summer at the Camino de Norte. This year I did parts of Camino de Frances. And I'm doing a lot of interviews with pilgrims and hospitaleros who work in albergues on the Camino. And I became interested in Camino in year 2010, which was the Jacobeo year, and I was volunteering on the Camino in Galicia. And I was surprised, not that people do 800 and more kilometers, but that they willingly collocate themselves in the presentation is just going. They themselves in a huge sports hall, or the polideportivo in Spanish, and they sleep very close to each other with people they don't know. And it's very curious because most of the pilgrims I spoke to say that Camino is something spiritual, but most of them they're not religious. Neither they expect something will change after they finish Camino. And even me, when I finished my Camino, when I arrived to Santiago, between such reasons like cultural or sports, when they asked me what is your motivation, I checked the box spirituality. So Camino does something to pilgrims, and this is the question I'm researching: what is this spirituality, and how does it generate on the Camino? And my argument is that most of the times it has nothing to do with religion as we understand it in the traditional sense. So I agree with Liene, who did the research in 2003, that spirituality exists inside, but on the Camino it's arising. But on contrary to his idea that the walking process arises it, I suggest to research other aspects of the Camino, not only the walking. And what I have found in the Camino is, first of all, disconnectedness is the state of disconnection from everyday life or structure, including statuses. The second one is overcoming oneself, and it's not only the case of difficulties people cope, like walking every day to 20 and more kilometers, but also the discomfort, which I said, sleeping in polideportivo and albergues, which are not better. And also the other aspect is renunciation, and it refers to the simple lifestyle pilgrims has. Of course, since they have to carry the backpack all the way, they choose to take less things possible. But in general, the everyday routine of the Camino is walk, eat, sleep. But what's interesting that most of the pilgrims I spoke to, they say that all of those aspects, or separately, they create a feeling of freedom. And I think the best, this freedom is captured in one of the sayings of one of the pilgrims I interviewed. It's coming now. And he says, when I'm on the Camino, my backpack helps me. It takes, let's say, 7 pilgrims. But what else? You don't have your family, your work, duties, meetings. It's very easy just to carry your backpack, because at home you have all those things. And here he refers to both disconnectedness from his home and also the renunciation. Anyway, all those aspects, they make pilgrims to concentrate on themselves, to pay attention to themselves, and it's of course their motivation, because on the Camino they do it to turn to themselves. And also you can find postcards in Santiago which says pilgrimage is a journey to yourself. Anyway, what I have found on the Camino is that pilgrims are never alone, and even though they would walk in solitude, they would never be alone, as you see on the signs in the signs of the road. But there's this interesting thing that pilgrims feel feeling of community, and first of all, it's because they share the Camino. The exact pilgrims which are on the Camino, they are in the same state, which helps to see themselves in others. And the second one is sharing of knowledge, which, like Bob says, you feel power and spirituality from the people who have walked here before, as if you are allowed to do it. And the third aspect and the third aspect is community of the Camino in its physical sense. It's let me explain that the signs on the Camino, first of all, they indicate the way, they show that the way is correct. But it also says that you are on the correct way. And these signs are, first of all, the symbols, the shells and the yellow arrows, but also they are the other pilgrims on the way with their huge backpacks, signalizing you are on the Camino. They are locals who point direction to the lost pilgrims. They are also the infrastructure, the albergues on the Camino, and also restaurants, because many times they have the small blackboards outside saying pilgrims menu. And I argue that all of these things, they are making this feeling of connection to the Camino. Well, the last term I'm researching is reliance on the Camino. That many people say that they believe that Camino will help them, Camino will teach them, and they describe Camino as being in the way or being on the way. But I suggest to see this being on the way more in the term of being in the journey, and when they say I will see what the Camino will show me, to see it more like as a journey which has its many turns. Thank you very much.